Appears to do, yes.
Weston's Women Watch. Welcome back to my regular viewers and to new curious viewers alike. Using comments on Reddit, I came up with this list of westerns that women say they like to watch. Some are surprising, some not so much. Ladies, tell me what you think in the comments. If you enjoy this video, hit the notification button to get my new videos. Check out my many other videos. Head over to my channel and Facebook page. The links are in the description. Take a moment to like, share and subscribe as well. You know the drill. Let's get into it.
Your uncle.
Whatever I hear, I won't believe.
No, you believe it. I did all of it.
Love you, Toby.
Mean it. I love you too.
Hell or High Water, 2016. A neo-western crime drama directed by David Mackenzie. It follows two brothers, Chris Pine and Ben Foster, who carry out a series of bank robberies to save their family ranch, while being pursued by two Texas Rangers, Jeff Bridges and Gil Birmingham.
My brother is a child, and my mother is indecisive and hobbled by grief.
I don't believe you have $50.
I have a contract with Colonel
True
Strong,
Grit,
which he will make
2010.
tomorrow or the next
A
day,
western
once the lawyer
directed,
signs
written, produced and edited by Joel Cohen and Ethan Cohen. An adaptation of Charles Portis's 1968 novel, starring Jeff Bridges as Deputy U.S. Marshal Reuben J. Rooster Cogburn, with young Haley Steinfeld in her film debut as Maddie Ross, also starring Matt Damon, Josh Brolin and Barry Pepper. A previous famous film adaptation in 1969 starred John Wayne, Kim Darby, Glenn Campbell. No Country for Old Men, 2007. A neo-western, written, directed, produced and edited by Joel and Ethan Cohen, starring Tommy Lee Jones, Javier Bardem and Josh Brolin. Set in the desert landscape of 1890 West Texas, the film revisits the themes of fate. The film follows three main characters, Llewellyn Moss, Brolin, a Vietnam War veteran and welder who stumbles upon a large sum of money in the desert, Anton Chigurh, Bardem, a hitman who is sent to recover the money, and Ed Tom Bell, Jones, a sheriff investigating the crime. The film also stars Kelly MacDonald as Moss's wife, Carla Jean and Woody Harrelson as Carson Wells, a bounty hunter seeking Moss and the return of the $2 million.
This here's Ned Logan. Ned's an awful good shot with a rifle.
Just because we're going on this killing, that don't mean I'm going to go back to being the way I was.
It's a hell of a thing, killing a man. Take away all he's got and all he's ever gonna have.
I don't like firearms.
Unforgiven, 1992. A western produced and directed by Clint Eastwood. It stars Eastwood himself as William Money, an aging outlaw and killer who takes on one more job years after he had turned to farming. The film co-stars Gene Hackman, Morgan Freeman and Richard Harris, and was written by David Webb Peoples. Back to the Future Part 3, 1990. A science fiction western, the third installment of the Back to the Future trilogy. Directed by Robert Zemeckis, starring Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, Mary Steenburgen, Thomas F. Wilson, and Leah Thompson, immediately following Back to the Future Part 2, 1989. While stranded in 1955 during his time travel adventures, Marty McFly, Fox, discovers that his friend, Dr. Emmett, Doc Brown, Lloyd, trapped in 1885, was killed by Buford, Mad Dog Tannen, Wilson, Biff's great-grandfather. Marty travels to 1885 to rescue Doc and return once again to 1985. But matters are complicated when Doc falls in love with Carla Clayton, Steenburgen. The Hateful Eight, 2015. A western written and directed by Quentin Tarantino, starring Samuel L. Jackson, Kurt Russell, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Walter Goggins, Demian Bichir, Tim Roth, Michael Madsen, and Bruce Dern as 8 dubious strangers who seek refuge from a blizzard in a stagecoach stopover sometime after the American Civil War. Italian composer Ennio Morricone composed the original score, his first complete Western score in 34 years, and the last before his death in 2020. In 2019, a re-edited version of the film was released as a 4-episode miniseries on Netflix, with the subtitle Extended Version. Jango Unchained, 2012. A revisionist western written and directed by Quentin Tarantino, starring Jamie Foxx, Christopher Waltz, Leonardo DiCaprio, Kerry Washington, and Samuel L. Jackson, with Walter Goggins, Dennis Christopher, James Remar, Michael Parks, and Don Johnson in supporting roles. Set in the antebellum South and Old West. A highly stylized revisionist tribute to spaghetti westerns. Its title refers particularly to the 1966 Italian film Jango by Sergio Corbucci. That film's star, Franco Nero, has a cameo appearance in Tarantino's. The story follows a slave who trains under a German bounty hunter with the ultimate goal of reuniting with his wife. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, 2018. A western anthology, written, directed, produced, and edited by the Coen brothers. Stars Tim Blake Nelson, Tyne Daly, James Franco, Brendan Gleeson, Bill Heck, Granger Hines, Zoe Kazan, Harry Milling, Liam Neeson, John Joe O'Neill, Chelsea Ross, Saul Rubinek, and Tom Waits. It consists of 6 vignettes set on the American frontier. The film earned 3 nominations at the 91st Academy Awards: Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Costume Design, and Best Original Song. When a Cowboy Trades His Spurs for Wings.
This place, what it takes from us, what it took from you.
I got lucky.
Luck lives in the city.
Wind River, 2017. A neo-western crime film, written and directed by Taylor Sheridan, the 3rd film by Sheridan on the modern American West. Stars Jeremy Renner and Elizabeth Olsen as a US Fish and Wildlife Service tracker and an FBI agent, respectively, who, trying to solve a murder on the Wind River Indian Reservation in Wyoming. Gil Birmingham, John Berthel, and Graham Greene also star.
Anybody can challenge anybody.
Sign me up.
Sure must want to die young, miss.
The Quick and the Dead, 1995. A revisionist western directed by Sam Raimi, starring Sharon Stone, Gene Hackman, Russell Crowe, and Leonardo DiCaprio. The story focuses on The Lady, Stone, a gunfighter who rides into the frontier town of Redemption. Controlled by John Herod, Hackman, the lady joins a deadly dueling competition in an attempt to exact revenge for her father's death. Tombstone, 1993. A western directed by George P. Cosmatos, starring Kurt Russell and Val Kilmer, with Sam Elliott, Bill Paxton, Powers Booth, Michael Biehn, and Dana Delaney in supporting roles, as well as narration by Robert Mitchum, loosely based on real events that took place in the 1880s in southeast Arizona, including the gunfight at the OK Corral and the Earp Vendetta ride. It depicts several Western outlaws and lawmen, such as Wyatt Earp, William Brokius, Johnny Ringo, and Doc Holliday. The film was a financial success, and for the Western genre, it ranks number 16 in the list of highly grossing films since 1979.
That's a lot.
Dances with Wolves, 1990. An epic western starring, directed, and produced by Kevin Costner in his feature directorial debut. It is a film adapted of the 1988 novel Dances with Wolves by Michael Blake that tells the story of Union Army Lieutenant John J. Dunbar, Costner, who travels to the American frontier to find a military post and who meets a group of Lakota. Costner developed the film with an initial budget of $15 million. Much of the dialogue is spoken in Lakota with English subtitles. City Slickers, 1991, directed by Ron Underwood, starring Billy Crystal, Daniel Stern, Bruno Kirby, and Jack Palance, with supporting roles by Patricia Wettig, Helen Slater, and Noble Willingham, and Jake Gyllenhaal making his acting debut. For his performance, Palance won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. A sequel titled The Legend of Curly's Gold was released in 1994 with the same cast, with the exception of Kirby, who was replaced by John Lovitz. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. I appreciate your likes and subscribers. Hit the notification button to get my new videos. Take a look at my channel and check out my Facebook page. The links are in the description. I am Wrangler. Bye for now. See you again soon.
Interesting facts about famous people.